down. I don't know what's going on here with Billy, as he has tons of base, but he has no units on the field now, which I'm kind of surprised. He does have 6 Mutilis queued up, as well as another Nidus Network, and he has 4 Roaches queued up. He should have more than this with all the bases he's got, as we do have another little attack here going on from Dimaga. It looks like Billy had a base there, but no drones, which is pretty interesting. Now we do have Billy pushing out right now with all of his Ultilis, which he must have had in a Nidus Network. As there was no units on the field until now. Now we have also Dimaga now looking to take out that hatchery for the second time. Is pushing out into this main here of Billy's base, as Billy does load up the Nidus work and transfers him out into the natural from the other Nidus work. Now this is definitely a well use of Nidus Network, which you never see Zerg players use. So this is definitely fairly interesting here, as we do have the Marauders are microing away, trying to. That's a ton of Ultilis here. What freaking Dimaga needs to do is to queue up some Banshees, and he is good to go. He is keep microing those around to be able to take out those. Oh, that Medic Vac is going to get eaten alive there by the Mutas. He has nothing to deal with these Mutas at the moment, except for one Viking. And he does actually have a few Marines. Are stimped. Everything's stimped right now, and he should be able to do a bunch of damage to these Ultilis, and if not, pick them all off one by one, which is what he is doing. Now he's got those Marines on the field. He should be able to safely push out here as he stimp packs again into Billy's base. He should be able to take out the rest of these units and clean up what he did, as Billy is wow, he just keeps losing these Ultras one by one, and these Marauders should be able, as another one just gets picked off there by the Marauders, as a ton of Mutas are coming into play now, as there's only a handful of Marines, and I don't even think that Viking is still on the field to deal with all those Mutas, so these Marauders are basically getting sacrificed now. As there is nothing to deal with those Mutas at all on the field, not even a Thor, as a few Marines are now coming back into play to help deal with these, but there's just too much Mutas there. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. We also have 7 more Ultras on the way for Billy. He's just going to keep building those Ultras and Mutas, which is working out pretty well for him. Although Dimaga is he's keeping them in check. I mean, I can't express how well he's doing with 2 bases. 2 to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's fucking the whole map. I don't even need to count. The whole damn map belongs to Billy besides 2 bases right now. And he's also working on his high yield now, so he's definitely going to be looking pretty good here. We do have a handful of Marauders from Dimaga over here in the corner. Managed to take out a few of those buildings there, which is all he really wanted to do, most likely, as he knew he was going to sacrifice those units. Now, should prevent him from building any more Ultras, I think. Does he have another Ultralis counter? Nope, just Infestation Pit and the Evolution Chamber is on the field right now for Billy, as well as a Spire and a Roachworm. I think there's a Spire. There should be a Spire. Now, this is, Billy actually might be in trouble here. He's got all these bases, but he doesn't really have anything going on. He has a few of them mining. He still has this base with no drones mining. Wow. It's so sick. Dimaga's talking about basically how OP Terran is here. I mean, 2 bases against 6 that's insane. He's definitely playing amazing right now, as neither team has been able to break through any of the bases. I mean, Dimaga has basically forced his way to take this base and has defended it since. As now Billy looks like he is going to try pushing out with a handful of units he's got. Yeah, I'm trying to look for other units on the field here for Dimaga, but Dimaga only has a handful of units as well. He has 16 Marines, as well as more on the way, and a Thor, which he needs to get those Thors out to deal with the splash damage on those Mutas. Now it looks like Dimaga is going to amass more Marines and Marauders, which is really what he needs to do because of those heavy usage of Mutas here. As he is being able to use those Marauders to take out these Ultras no problem, but those Mutas are just... what the heck? We have another hatchery going down over here from Billy. I guess to mine that gas with only 192. I have no clue why he built a hatchery here. Maybe to build more units. I don't know. If I was him, I probably would have built it. Wow, that's a lot of larvae. in one of these other bases, not where it's probably going to get picked off again. Now we do have a push coming out here from Dimaga. Doesn't look like he's going to stimpak, as he does stimpak now, and he is pushing out with those Marines and Marauders. He's going to be able to pick off a bunch of these Ultras, as there are some Banelings in play, and the Banelings are going to get some splash damage off, but they don't do much as they did run into the Thors. Now Dimaga did lose a couple Thors there, which are going to be crucial, but there's only a handful of Mutas on the field also, so he will be able to push that attack that back there from Billy, as he is now able to finally finish off this natural, which is what he's been working on basically all game. Now he is finally successfully taking, I shouldn't say successful, but he is finally taking over his high yield for a second time and using massive mules the mine from there, as he is now coming into the main of Billy, and is now just going to finish picking off these buildings, as it's not too crucial, as Billy can just build in any of his other bases really. Now we do have I think it was a hive. Yeah, I think it was a hive. It is going down now. There's going to lose all these overlords. That's going to be, well, actually, looks like Billy's pretty safe now for supplies, as he is well over 200. But still, that main of Billy's is done. He needs to start rebuilding his buildings in other bases, as he can't build anything at the moment. As there is a spire somewhere, but I'm not. As he does have another spire on the way too. Now he does have a lair on the way, as well as a spawning pool. So he has to basically rebuild his bases from scratch, regardless of the amount of bases he has in the field. Now the spire did just finish for him, so we are going to see more Mutas as well as Ultralisk on the way, as he must have. Yep, he did just finish an Ultralisk cavern. So we are going to see massive Ultralisk again. 10 Ultralisk are on the way, as well as 28 Speedlings. So yeah, Dimaga was able to pull himself back into this game, regardless of the amount of bases that Billy had against him. So I don't know. That should kind of prove that Terran is a little OP, or that Zerg is a little under P. Because, yeah, I mean, 2 bases against 6, it's freaking ridiculous. Now Dimaga is looking to defend his high yield, as both his natural, his main, and his second expand is fully mined out. So all he's got left is that high yield. So it's basically all or nothing for him, unless he can manage to take this other high yield here, as he does have a siege tank over here by his own Naga tower, trying to do some splash damage and destroy a bunch of those units there to help him keep Billy from building, we have a nice network here filled with a bunch of Ultralisk, but to prevent Billy from gaining a lot of minerals to build more units. We do have finally another infestation pit just finished, as we didn't really see any infestors in the field, which I'm kind of surprising, as he did have an infestation. Now we're Billy pushing out here with all his Ultras and Speedlings, as it's just going to be a massive battle right here. This could determine the game. Depending on who wins, this could be it, as Billy doesn't have anything left really to mine. And Dimaga, the stimpak did just wear off, and he is able to push back this force here from Billy, forcing all his units to go back into the Nidus network. As we have more Marauders on the way here, as we do have a nice network over here. Looks like it's coming over. Oh, it looks like he's trying to do a sneak attack on Dimaga and finish off this base here, which there is nothing really going on. It's just a bunch of people mining gas, and he's definitely safe on gas at the moment. As Billy does realize that, and now is putting all his units back into the nice network, as Dimaga is now pushing into this high yield, looking to be able to take this for himself, as he is able clean this base up with no problem. So we're most likely will see Dimaga build another command center there. As we do have a nice network going in from Billy's main, which could be a problem for Dimaga now. Dimaga is just basically saying screw this, and is pushing out with all his units. It's just basically going to be like a base trade, as Dimaga is in huge trouble here, as his main, with all his main buildings, are going to get destroyed just like he did to Billy. But there's so many Thors here on the field with these Marauders. He should be feeling pretty good, as Billy is forced to pull back all his units into the nice network to defend against this attack from Dimaga, because he realized he's in huge trouble now. As Dimaga is looking to try pushing up into the choke, as these Ultralists are getting stuck in the choke, and that is just a huge sacrifice there. That was a well played by Dimaga, not making his units go up on the choke. keeping him back and forcing Billy to push his Ultimus into the choke, which is just basically not doing much. I mean, he did kill a couple Thors there, but he wasn't using those Ultras at the full effect, as he is now pushed up fully into Billy's main, and this could be it. I don't. Wow. Yep. As Billy does a good game and leaves. That was an amazing game there, folks. I mean, that was just great there. As for Dimaga, definitely well played. He kept the pressure on his Billy, regardless of the amount of bases Billy had. I mean, Billy had every single base besides the high yields until the end of the game. He ended up managing to take one high yield. But Dimaga, basically 90% of the game was running on 2 bases, and managed to push back everything Billy threw at him and just counterattack and just demolished everything Billy had. So there you have it. This game goes to Dimaga, and I'll see you all next time.